People, welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now today I want to talk about the incident that happened down there in St. Elizabeth, where a group of criminals engaged police, some police personnel who were chasing them. And you know what, before I even go into that, people, let me just say big up to the subscriber who sent me the link and the whole Prekey Boy thing and managed to get that photo to me. People, that was an extraordinary act of creativity to get that picture. I have to say big up that subscriber, and people like you are one of the reasons why I still do this thing. It's very, very challenging to get up day in, day out and do videos like this, but you know, it's also rewarding, especially when something like that come across. So big up that subscriber. People, that video is on course to do 100,000 views in one day.
Nobody come lie and talk about nobody saying nothing. Nobody saying nothing. Nobody knows how make up things to get views. They make up the whole thing. Right, people, a camera trick. People. A Photoshop and put the man head on our next man body and put one rifle in them man. And people a camera trick. Because I done call people up at Cambridge people and them say them don't know nobody named Prekey Boy. And they never hear about nobody named Ratty yet. So who no rather believe people? The people in from Cambridge who we know do not have a history of supporting and hiding criminals, or Sir P, who is well known for making up things to get views. Who no believe people? Who no believe?
Alright, Simon, anything you say? Big up yourself, boss. Now, people, look at your screen right now. That is the police vehicle in question. Now, basically, what happened was a group of criminal elements went to Manchester, right, and them took down a man and take away him car, right, but then the police were quickly alerted and them set up a dragnet to catch the car. However, the car went right through the dragnet. Now, when I saw that part of the story, I thought to myself, I don't understand. What I mean the car drive through the dragnet, when they step out with them hand in the air and say stop? Come on, people, you're dealing with hardcore criminals here. I don't want to give them too much heat because I don't know exactly how them get through it, because them could have drive off the road or something. But I don't know, that sound kind of easy. The way them say they didn't stop and they got and then drive through the dragnet. But anyway, a chase ensued and them run on the man them from Manchester into St. Elizabeth. Now, when they got back into St. Elizabeth, the man them decided them to ditch the car, right? And in the process of ditching the car, there was a brief engagement with the security forces, and that is how you see these rounds end up in the vehicle. Now, people have been messaging me all day. I even posted this on my Instagram, asking me about what I think about this grouping. Now, just to put this out there, I don't have any kind of special equipment that can magnify and bring up this picture any better. I mean, eventually as the channel grow and things start to, funds start to come in more, I want to start to get some kind of equipment, the kind of technology where I can zoom in and scope up on, CSI thing, right? But from what I see, the little zooming feature I have now, what it appears to be is that, one, there were various different caliber of rounds being fired in the car, right? Before me even get into the grouping, I see rounds that look like them could possibly come from a 5.56. I don't really, the top right one look a little larger, but I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing here, these look like 5.56. There's another picture with a round hitting the bonnet. Look like it come from an even smaller round. I don't know. As I said, I can't really zoom in that much. But in terms of the grouping, people, this is definitely above average shooting considering the circumstances, which is that they were in a chase, police are running them down, them jump out of them vehicle, and then them start challenge the police. So they were not in a relaxed state. It's not like they were lying down in the prone position where they could take their deep breath and do things like get up on a range. This was a very intense situation and they still managed to pull off a decent grouping. Now, as I said before, the type of round that do this, it could be that there were multiple shooters firing various size rounds, but at least one of them was definitely firing a 5.56. Now, if you look on your screen right now, where you see the arrow pointed, It looks like a lot of these holes look like very large holes, one large hole, but that is not the case. Some of them is actually multiple rounds being struck in the same place, and they leave the impression like it's one huge hole, but it's actually multiple rounds. So that's why if you notice where the arrow is pointing, the rounds are moving in an upward direction. And even the one below it, that is also multiple rounds landing. It seemed to be like it could be about 3 rounds. Now I keep seeing these little 3-round groups. What that is telling me is not that the person is standing there hitting 3-round groupings. No, what that could actually mean, people, is that the weapon that the person was firing, some of the M16s, right, and I know a lot of people with police experience will know this, a lot of the M16s that came into Jamaica are actually limited to a 3-round burst. What would that mean? That means if you put it on automatic, right, and you squeeze the trigger one time, it would spit out 3 rounds, but then you'd have to squeeze the trigger again to get another 3 rounds. So you would keep getting these 3-round bursts. Now if you look on this, the screen right now, people, as I said, you see the round, the one that is going upwards, that is 3 rounds. The one below it is 3 rounds. So all these rounds that look like they're one large hole, they're actually multiple rounds, people. You have to look really, really close. If you have the picture, if you go on my Instagram, you can zoom up and see it's actually multiple rounds hitting the same spot. In my opinion, obviously, Simple Simon, I wasn't there, right? I never see where them on fire. But in my opinion, the shooter had a weapon that was limited to a 3-round burst. Now, the reason why some of those weapons are like that is because a lot of people in the heat of the moment tend to empty their magazine and in a firefight. So they hold on the trigger and empty the whole magazine. So that 3-round thing is to limit and prevent that from happening too quick. So you would squeeze the trigger one time, 3 round, squeeze again, 3 round, squeeze again, 3 round, which is much better than what a lot of people used to do. It was just hold on the trigger and then you have an empty magazine, right? So this is what I think. The person was firing an M16 or an M4 that was limited to a 3-round burst and automatic fire. Again, I'm just speculating here, people. I never did it. Now, understand something I've been realizing, people. 87s are starting to move away from the AK. And that is a bad thing. Why is it a bad thing, Sir P? Listen, the AK-47, as terrifying as it is, right, and trust me, it is terrifying to hear, it is not the easiest platform for an amateur or 87 to take up and use accurately. The M16, the M4 is much easier. If you get 2 people, or if you get one person who's a complete novice, they've never fired a weapon in their life, and you put 2 rifles in front of them, one AK-47 and one M16, and you say, take this weapon and shoot it accurately, 99% of people will shoot the M16 more accurately. The AK is simply a much harder platform for somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience to shoot accurately. And this is by the nature of the fact that, one, it really wasn't designed with accuracy at the forefront. It is robust. It is meant to take a beating and keep going. But accuracy was not at the top of the list when they were making it. One, the 7.62 round by nature is more powerful. There's a greater recoil, etc. The M16 is much better to shoot accurately. The recoil is not as strong and things like that. So this is why the average person can shoot better with it. Now, if you notice in the picture with Preke Boy was also holding an M16. Very interesting. This was the first thing I noticed, that Preke Boy is the kind of person that would fire an M16. That shows me that he cares more about accuracy, because people who just want to make a lay down flat, them love the AK. Enough bad man, enough 87s, them just love when people lay down flat. Right, you know when they keep hearing the police get involved in these big shootouts and not the police, but them run up and down is because the AK are fire for them. Enough 87 just love the power and the strength that the AK-47 and the feeling that the AK-47 give them, because as I've said many times, an AK-47 firing an automatic is one of the most terrifying things any person will ever hear, right? Now, the fact that a lot of 87s are starting to move away from it and move towards the M16 and the M4 shows that they're starting to care about accuracy. And even in the Maypen robbery case, a lot of those men, they had M16s, right? People, this is not good, right? Now, in this case, somehow nobody nobody got hurt, even though based on where these rounds will be landing, there would have been a squaddy in the passenger seat. Now, I think the only way a squaddy in the passenger seat at this vehicle that we're looking at right now escape without rounds is if he was under the dashboard. That squaddy had to have ducked under the dashboard. Based on how these rounds landed, if he was sitting upright in the seat, he would be a goner. So clearly him ducked under the dashboard. Now, I don't know why they didn't challenge the driver, right? I don't know, maybe the passenger was the one who was hanging out of the vehicle. And again, Simple Simon, I wasn't there, I'm just trying to recreate the scene. In my opinion, the reason why they would take on the passenger before them take on the driver is because the driver is obviously driving and the passenger would be the one who is engaging them. So because he might engage them, they decided to engage him, right? And that is why the passenger side got sprayed like this. Again, that's a speculation, but that's my opinion. Obviously, it would make more sense to take out the driver. But if for the driver there's a driver and a passenger shoot, you have to eliminate the immediate threat. And the immediate threat would have been the passenger. So once you make the passenger lie down and under the dashboard a duck, the driver still have to drive the police jeep. So of course it's much easier for you to get away. Now, people, as I said, if 87s and criminals in general are starting to focus more on accuracy and start for bringing in more sixpence, which is the nickname in the streets for the M16, the sixpence, this is not good. This is not good. This means that there is going to be a higher rate of police officers losing their lives when they challenge them, right? So I don't know. Let's see what we find out about this case, people. But this is getting really spooky, and the fact that it came out right after the day I did the Peke Boy video talking about how Ratty and Fiend Gang used to challenge police all the time, and we saw Peke with that long old M16. I don't know. 87s are starting to focus on accuracy, people. That can't be good for anybody. Nobody at all. We need these weapons off the street. We need these state of emergency. We now recover 5 to 10 rifle every week. It's a failure. We need to be taking these weapons off the street, people. You don't need to be a marksman if you can put down a decent level of shooting like M16 or an M4. You don't. You simply don't. Right? Then when you couple that with the fact that these people actually have experience and them in the bush, they might take them time and they might practice in the bush. When they come on the street, this is how you get an above average grouping like this. And people, you notice enough of these incidents that are happening in Manchester and these places. Understand this, people. Enough of them cases are the same man them come from Mobile. Right? And I'm not just talking for this case now. Understand, Mobile man them left and go place like St. Elizabeth and Manchester go keep up no foolishness. Right? Them hide out in the bush at St. James and them go in other parishes go keep up them foolishness. Right? So the fact that they were trying to get back to St. Elizabeth and they were trying to get back to the bush, they were likely going to St. James. But again, I know that's speculation, but we're just trying to piece together this scenario, people. So hopefully the police get more information on this. But this is looking spooky. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless.